Good morning children. Today we are going to learn lesson number 2. Let us use the graticule. Okay. So first we are going to learn about parallels of latitude. Now this is the picture of a earth. The line over here which you can see is an equator. Okay. Which is at the 0 degree. Okay. The value of parallels are angular measure expressed in degrees, which I have written in degrees. The equator bisects the earth into north and south part. This is the equator. Bisect means it has divided the earth into two parts, that is the north and the south part. The one to the north is called the northern hemisphere. Then one over here from the equator to the north is called the northern hemisphere, and the one from the equator towards the south is called the southern hemisphere. Okay. Parallel of latitudes progressively become smaller. Now you cannot see anything. So let me just show you what are parallels of latitudes. Parallels of latitudes are the line perpendicular to each other which moves from the equator towards the pole, that is towards the north side and the south side. Okay, so as you go away from the equator, the lines become smaller and smaller. You come to such a point there is north pole. Okay, same way from the equator as you move towards the south, the lines over here, parallel lines over here also become smaller and smaller, and it comes to such a point where it comes to become a south pole. Okay, so from the equator to the north pole is your northern hemisphere. From the equator to the south is your southern hemisphere. These are called parallel of latitudes. Parallel of latitudes progressively become smaller and smaller. These are called north pole and the south pole. North pole and the south pole. Okay. Towards the north there are 90 degree parallels in the northern hemisphere, and there are 90 parallel lines in the southern hemisphere. So 90 plus 90 degrees on the north and 90 degrees towards the south. Total becomes 180 plus one parallel line, that is your equator. It is 1, that will become 181 parallels. So there are total 181 parallels. Now let's see about the meridian of longitude. Okay, prime meridian. This line from the north pole to the south pole, a straight line. Here also the earth is dividing into two parts. This is called prime meridian. The angular distance of the meridian are measured in degrees and are called latitudes. Now the latitude starts from here, from the north to the south, and these are the semicircular lines. What are these? These are semicircular line, and it touch over here and here. Okay. These lines divides the earth into eastern and western hemisphere. All meridians are equal in size. The distance between each meridian is 1 degree. We have 179 meridians in the eastern hemisphere and 179 meridians in the western hemisphere. Together there are 360 meridians, each at the distance of 1 degree. Now let us learn about graticule. This is the picture of the earth, equator and meridian. Okay, first what are we going to do? Parallel lines which are moving toward the north side. As we are going away from the equator, the lines are becoming smaller and smaller. Same way towards the south also. And here it became North Pole and South Pole, which is also called as Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere. Now we are going to do about meridians of longitudes. It's a semicircular line which are equal in size. Okay. So here you can see here. Okay. Now this part has divided the earth over here. It is eastern hemisphere and western. This is northern hemisphere, which is also called as the North Pole, and southern hemisphere, which is also called as the South Pole. The parallels and meridians on the globe form a net that is called a graticule. That means together all the parallels, including equator, including meridian, longitudes and latitudes, are called as graticule. Now we will see about the zones. Okay. So now we are going to see about the important parallels and meridians. Important parallels and meridians. So there are total 7 important parallels. Okay. 1, equator, which is at the 0 degree. Tropic of Cancer, which is at 23 degree 30 minutes north. Arctic Circle, that is 66 degree 30 minutes north. North Pole 90 degrees north. Tropic of Capricorn 23 degrees 30 minutes south. Antarctic Circle 66 degree 30 minutes south, and South Pole, which is 90 degrees south. Here you can see the diagram of it. Okay. Here this is the equator. Now this is also a diagram which shows the distribution of the heat of the sun. Okay. So the equator over here, which you can see, is at the 0 degree. Okay. And now here you can see area of perpendicular rays. A perpendicular means straight. So perpendicular rays means from here, this area to this area, means a little away from the equator, the rays of the sun are perpendicular, that is straight. Okay. This area receives straight line. So here there is lots of heat. Mostly in this area you can find desert area. Okay, because of the heat of the sun. The next you can see, which is away, that is 20 degrees, from 23 degrees 30 minutes north to 180 degrees latitudes. Here in this area, the sun rays are slanting. Means when it is slanting, it is distributed in a larger area. Okay, so here the temperature is not so hot and the sun rays are slanting. Then as we go away from the equator more higher, it is 66 degree 30 minutes north, that is Arctic Circle, and here 66 degree 30 minutes south, that is Antarctic Circle. Here the sun rays of the rays of the sun are totally slanting. Okay, it's very slanting. The distribution of sun rays are more than 24 hours. Okay, and here in this area the temperature is very cold. Okay, at this point the South Pole and the North Pole, there is the frigid zone also. We called it as a frigid zone at the area where there is very cold. Here at the equator the temperature is hot, so it will be torrid zone, and over here it will be temperate zone. Okay children, so this is the diagram of distribution of heat of our important parallels and meridians. Okay children, thank you.